What if I told you there's a country bigger than an entire planet? Or that there's a place where the air freezes as you breathe it out? Hold on, it gets crazier. There's actually a city where 200 people live inside a single building, and a spot where you can stand in 4 states at once. I've spent months researching the most mind-bending geographical facts our planet has to offer, and I guarantee at least 10 of these will make you question everything you thought you knew about Earth. Stick around and don't forget to subscribe because by the end of this, you'll never look at a map the same way again. Trust me. At number 1, New Zealand hosts a hill with the world's longest place name. Taumatawakatangi koau awota mateat, uripuka kapiki maunga horonukupokai wenu akitanatahu. This 85-letter Maori word translates to the summit where Tamatea, the man with the big knees, the slider, climber of mountains, the land swallower who traveled about, played his kawawau, a type of flute, to his loved one. The name commemorates the legend of Tamatea, a famous warrior and explorer, often shortened to Tamata. The full name is officially recognized and holds the Guinness World Record. At number 2, in the Philippines, Vulcan Point is a geological marvel, an island within a lake, on an island within a lake, on another island. This nested formation centers around the Taal volcano on Luzon Island. The structure consists of Vulcan Point, an island in Main Crater Lake, which sits on Volcano Island, which is in Taal Lake, which is on Luzon Island. This unique geography results from the volcano's complex history of eruptions and caldera collapses. The 2020 eruption temporarily caused the Main Crater Lake to disappear, but it has since returned. Number 3. Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela is home to the Catatumbo lightning, the most spectacular lightning phenomenon on Earth. This location holds the Guinness World Record for lightning strikes, with storms occurring 260 days per year. During intense periods, the sky can flash 28 times per minute for up to 9 hours, creating a continuous light show visible from 400 kilometers away. The phenomenon occurs when warm Caribbean air collides with cool Andes air, forming massive thunderclouds. The Catatumbo lightning is also the planet's largest generator of tropospheric ozone. Number 4. Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and highest continent on Earth. The cold is so intense that exhaled breath freezes into ice crystals that fall to the ground. The average winter temperature is minus 34.4 degrees Celsius, minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, but the lowest recorded temperature was minus 89.2 degrees Celsius at Vostok Station in 1983. Satellite data has detected even colder temperatures below minus 93.2 degrees Celsius. This extreme cold results from its polar location receiving little sunlight, its reflective ice sheet, and high elevation of about 2,500 meters. At number 5, Las Vegas is the brightest spot on Earth when viewed from space. This intense artificial glow from millions of neon signs, streetlights, and illuminated buildings is easily visible to astronauts on the International Space Station. The Las Vegas Strip creates an unparalleled density of high-intensity lighting. While this spectacle showcases the city's vibrant character, it also raises concerns about energy consumption and light pollution's environmental impact. Number 6. The Dead Sea is actually a landlocked salt lake with a salinity of 34.2%, making it nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean. This extreme salt concentration allows visitors to float effortlessly on its surface. The high salinity results from the lake being an endorheic basin with no outflow, where water can only escape through evaporation. It's also the lowest point on Earth's land surface at 430.5 meters below sea level. The Dead Sea is shrinking at an alarming rate due to water diversion from the Jordan River and mineral extraction. Number 7. Vatican City is the world's smallest independent state at just 0.49 square kilometers, an enclave within Rome. Established in 1929 through the Lateran Treaty, it serves as the Roman Catholic Church's spiritual and administrative center. Despite its tiny size, it has global influence, its own flag, anthem, postal service, and banking system. Protected by the Swiss Guard, it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, housing priceless art and architecture. At number 8, in the remote coastal landscape of Alaska, lies the peculiar town of Whittier, where nearly all of the town's 200-plus residents live under a single roof, inside a 14-story former military barracks named the Baggage Towers. This monolithic structure is essentially a vertical town, housing not just apartments but also essential services including a post office, a grocery store, a health clinic, a church, and the local police department. The town's school is connected by an underground tunnel, allowing children to attend classes without being exposed to the harsh Alaskan winters that can bring temperatures well below freezing and fierce winds. Whittier's isolation is compounded by its unique geography, with the only land access being a single-lane, 2.5-mile-long tunnel that is shared by both cars and trains on a timed schedule. This creates a community unlike any other in the world, where neighbors truly live just down the hall from each other. At number 9, the Four Corners Monument is the only U.S. location where 4 state borders intersect: Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah. This quadrupoint is managed by the Navajo Nation and features a granite and bronze disc marking the exact intersection. Visitors can simultaneously touch all 4 states. While modern GPS shows the original 19th century survey was slightly inaccurate, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that established markers are the legal boundaries. Number 10. In a mind-bending comparison of scale, the nation of Russia has a larger surface area than the dwarf planet Pluto. Russia, the largest country in the world, spans an incredible 17.1 million square kilometers, while Pluto has a surface area of approximately 16.7 million square kilometers. This startling fact puts the immense size of Russia into a cosmic perspective that challenges our understanding of scale. The country stretches across an unprecedented 11 time zones, encompassing a vast range of environments from Arctic tundra in the north to subtropical beaches along the Black Sea coast. To put this in perspective, when it's noon in Moscow, it's already 10 p.m. in Vladivostok. This comparison highlights not only the sheer vastness of Russia, but also how our perceptions of celestial bodies can be misleading. Pluto, despite being a spherical world with its own moons and complex geology, is literally dwarfed by a single nation on our own planet. At number 11. The Sahara Desert was once a lush green savanna during the African humid period, 11,000 to 5,000 years ago. Instead of sand dunes, much of North Africa was covered by grasslands, trees, and vast lake systems. This dramatic climatic shift was driven by changes in Earth's orbit, which intensified the African monsoon. Number 12. Greenland is the world's largest island, covering 2.166 million square kilometers. Its most defining feature is its immense ice sheet, the second largest in the world, covering approximately 80% of the island. This ice sheet contains enough water to cause a global sea level rise of more than 7 meters if it melted completely. The ice sheet is dynamic, with glaciers flowing toward the coast where they calve into icebergs. This process has accelerated due to climate change, making Greenland the largest single contributor to global sea level rise. Number 13. Australia's Great Barrier Reef is the largest living structure on Earth, a natural wonder of such immense scale that it is clearly visible from space without any magnification. It is not a single continuous reef, but rather a sprawling complex of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands, stretching for more than 2,300 kilometers along the coast of Queensland. The entire system covers an area of approximately 344,400 square kilometers, making it larger than the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and Holland combined. At number 14, Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, continues to grow taller at approximately 4 millimeters per year. This growth results from the ongoing collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates, which pushes the Himalayas upward. This tectonic uplift battles constantly with erosion forces, but the mountain continues to rise. A recent precise remeasurement in 2020 announced the new official elevation as 8,848.86 meters, 29,031.7 feet, confirming its continued growth. Number 15. In 2010, scientists discovered a massive underwater river on the Black Sea floor. This distinct channel flows along the seabed with banks, floodplains, and even rapids. The phenomenon is a density current formed by highly saline Mediterranean water flowing through the Bosphorus Strait into the less saline Black Sea. Being denser, the Mediterranean water sinks and flows along the seabed. With a flow rate that would make it the 6th largest river on land, this discovery is crucial for understanding deep-sea sediment and nutrient transport. Number 16. Lake Baikal in Siberia is the world's oldest, 25 to 30 million years, and deepest, 1,642 meters lake, holding the largest volume of freshwater. It contains nearly 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater, more than all North American Great Lakes combined. The lake's exceptional clarity allows visibility up to 40 meters. Its long isolation has created a unique ecosystem with over 2,500 species, more than 80% being endemic, including the Baikal seal, the only exclusively freshwater seal in the world. Number 17. A 2015 study revealed there are an estimated 3 trillion trees on Earth, far outnumbering the 100 to 400 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. This research used satellite imagery, forest inventories, and supercomputer technologies to map global tree density. However, the study also revealed that the total number of trees has plummeted by roughly 46% since human civilization began, with the planet losing approximately 10 billion trees annually to deforestation. At number 18, Antarctica is the only continent completely free of native snake populations. This is due to its extreme climate, as snakes are ectothermic and rely on external heat sources to regulate body temperature. They cannot survive where the ground is frozen year-round, and temperatures consistently remain below freezing. The sub-zero conditions and permafrost make it impossible for snakes to hibernate or find sufficient warmth to survive. Number 19. Istanbul is the only major city straddling 2 continents, Europe and Asia, divided by the Bosphorus Strait. This narrow waterway connects the Black Sea to the Mediterranean, making it one of the world's most strategic passages. For millennia, this location has made Istanbul a crossroads of civilizations. The transcontinental nature is part of daily life for its 15+ million residents, who routinely commute between continents via bridges, ferries, and an underwater rail tunnel. At number 20, Mauna Loa in Hawaii is Earth's largest active volcano. While its peak stands 4,170 meters above sea level when measured from the ocean floor base, it rises 9,170 meters, making it taller than Mount Everest from base to summit. Its volume is estimated at 75,000 cubic kilometers, built by countless lava flows over hundreds of thousands of years. As a shield volcano, its eruptions are typically non-explosive, with fluid lava flows that shape the island's landscape. At number 21, near Quito, Ecuador, the Mitad del Mundo monument supposedly marks the equator with a line dividing the northern and southern hemispheres. However, modern GPS reveals the true equator lies approximately 240 meters north of the monument. This discrepancy results from 18th century surveying equipment inaccuracies used by the French geodesic mission. Despite this, the site remains popular, illustrating the evolution of scientific measurement. Number 22. China and India together house more than 1/3 of the world's population. As of 2024, India has surpassed China as the most populous nation with over 1.44 billion people, while China has approximately 1.42 billion. These two nations account for over 2.8 billion of the world's 8.1 billion inhabitants. This concentration has profound social, economic, and environmental implications globally, with both countries experiencing rapid growth while facing enormous population management challenges. Number 23. The Challenger. Deep in the Mariana Trench is Earth's lowest known point at approximately 10,984 meters below sea level. The pressure at the bottom is over 1,000 times atmospheric pressure. Despite these extreme conditions, unique organisms have adapted to the intense pressure and complete darkness. Only a handful of submersibles have reached this ultimate frontier on our planet. At number 24. The Maldives is the world's lowest lying and flattest country, with an average elevation of just 1.5 meters above sea level. Its highest natural point is only 2.4 meters high, the lowest of any country. This extreme topography makes the Maldives exceptionally vulnerable to sea level rise. Projections suggest 80% of the country could become uninhabitable by 2050. At number 25, Canada is, unequivocally, the country of lakes. It is home to more lakes than the rest of the world combined. While official counts vary depending on the minimum size criteria used, estimates place the number as high as 3 million lakes. This aquatic abundance means that approximately 60% of the world's total lakes are found within Canada's borders, and about 9% of the country's vast surface area is covered by fresh water. The primary reason for this profusion of lakes is the last ice age, when retreating glaciers carved out millions of depressions in the Canadian Shield that later filled with meltwater. This includes some of the largest lakes in the world, such as Great Bear Lake, Great Slave Lake, and Canada's portion of the Great Lakes System, which together form the largest group of freshwater lakes on Earth and contain about 21% of the world's surface freshwater. At number 26, Antarctica's McMurdo Dry Valleys are Earth's driest place, with some areas not seeing precipitation for an estimated 14 million years. This extreme aridity results from the transantarctic mountains, blocking ice flow and powerful katabatic winds that evaporate any moisture. The Mars-like landscape is used by NASA for research. Despite harsh conditions, a unique ecosystem of extremophiles persists in this otherworldly environment. Number 27. Greenland is geography's most famous misnomer, as over 80% is covered by permanent ice sheet. The name originated from Norse explorer Eric the Red in the 10th century. After being exiled from Iceland, he explored the new land and deliberately chose an appealing name to attract settlers, reasoning that people would be more attracted to go there if it had a good name. The marketing ploy worked, establishing the first European settlements, though the name belies the icy interior. Number 28. The Dead Sea is disappearing, shrinking at over 1 meter per year. Its surface area has decreased by a third since the 1960s. This decline results from human activity, primarily Jordan River water diversion for agriculture and drinking water, plus extensive mineral extraction. The consequences include thousands of dangerous sinkholes forming along the coast as receding water causes ground collapse. Number 29. The Andes is the world's longest continental mountain range, stretching 7,000 kilometers along South America's western edge through 7 countries. With an average height of 4,000 meters, it was formed by oceanic plate subduction beneath the South American plate, making it one of the most volcanically and seismically active regions. The range includes some of the world's highest peaks outside Asia, including Mount Aconcagua. At number 30, the lost city of Heraklion was discovered in 2000 off Egypt's coast after being thought legendary for centuries. Once a thriving port and main gateway to Egypt from the Greek world, it vanished beneath the waves around 1,200 years ago, likely due to earthquakes and soil liquefaction. The remarkably preserved ruins include colossal statues, temples, and shipwrecks, providing unprecedented glimpses into the ancient world. Number 31, the Grand Canyon creates its own weather systems due to its dramatic topography. The canyon's size, steep walls, and elevation variations result in significant temperature, wind, and precipitation differences. Common phenomena include temperature inversions where cold air sinks into the canyon, trapping warmer air and creating cloud seas. Temperature differences between rim and floor can be substantial, with different ecosystems existing at various elevations. Number 32, approximately 90% of the world's population lives in the Northern Hemisphere. This results from the Northern Hemisphere containing about 68% of Earth's landmass, including all of Europe and North America, most of Asia, and significant parts of Africa and South America. The Southern Hemisphere is dominated by oceans. More land in temperate climates has historically meant more space for civilizations to develop and support large populations. Number 33. Sweden holds the record for most islands with 267,570 total. This vast number results from the country's geological history and indented coastline. Most are small, uninhabited rocky outcrops called skerries. The formation results from post-glacial rebound, where land slowly rises after being depressed by Ice Age glaciers. As land emerges from the sea, new islands constantly form. Only about 1,000 islands are inhabited. Number 34. Svalbard experiences the midnight sun for over 4 months in summer, where the sun doesn't set from approximately April 20th to August 23. This occurs due to Earth's axial tilt. The flip side is polar night during winter with continuous darkness from late October to mid-February, illuminated only by moon, stars, and northern lights. This dramatic light-dark cycle defines life in the high Arctic. Number 35. The comparison between the population of California and Canada offers a striking illustration of the difference between land area and population density. While Canada is the second largest country in the world by area, its population of approximately 40 million people is only slightly larger than that of the single U.S. state of California, which has over 39 million residents. This means that a state that is 23 times smaller than Canada has almost the same number of people living within its borders. This disparity is due to the vastly different patterns of settlement and geography between the two regions. Canada has one of the lowest population densities in the world, with much of its territory being sparsely inhabited due to its harsh northern climate, vast wilderness areas, and challenging terrain. Most Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border, while California's favorable Mediterranean climate, diverse economy, and coastal location have supported dense population centers from San Diego to San Francisco. At number 36, Mount Disappointment in Australia earned its name in 1824 from explorers Hamilton Hume and William Hovell. They climbed the 800-meter peak hoping for panoramic views of their destination, Port Phillip Bay. After a difficult ascent, they found their view completely obscured by dense forest. In frustration, they named it Mount Disappointment. Ironically, the mountain is now popular for recreation, and the 2009 bushfires temporarily opened the views they originally sought. At number 37, Canada has over 3 million lakes, constituting 60% of all lakes on Earth. This incredible freshwater abundance is a direct Ice Age legacy, when glaciers carved millions of depressions that filled with meltwater. These lakes aren't just numerous but vast in volume. The Great Lakes, shared with the U.S., form the largest freshwater lake group on Earth, containing about 21% of the world's surface freshwater. At number 38, Nepal is the only country with a non-rectangular flag. Its unique design combines two stacked, triangular pennants representing the Himalayan mountains, and Nepal's two major religions, Hinduism and Buddhism. The crimson red represents the rhododendron national flower and bravery, while the blue border signifies peace. The pennants contain symbols of a white moon and sun, representing the nation's permanence and longevity. Number 39. The Amazon River dolphin, or boto, is remarkable for its distinctive pink coloration. Adult botos display striking pink hues thought to result from scar tissue and blood vessel proximity to the skin. Perfectly adapted to riverine environments, they have flexible necks allowing 90-degree head turns and highly developed sonar. These dolphins hold prominent places in Amazonian folklore but are sadly endangered due to habitat threats and pollution. At number 40, Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia is the world's largest salt flat, covering over 10,000 square kilometers. Formed from prehistoric lake remnants, the salt crust is exceptionally flat, with less than 1 meter elevation variation. During rainy season, thin water layers transform it into the world's largest natural mirror, creating perfect sky reflections. Beyond its beauty, it holds one of the world's largest lithium reserves, crucial for battery production. At number 41, Africa is the only continent in all 4 hemispheres: northern, southern, eastern, and western. This occurs because both the equator and prime meridian pass through the continent. The equator runs nearly 4,000 kilometers across Africa through 7 countries, while the prime meridian crosses through Ghana and other West African nations. This unique position underscores Africa's central role in world geography. Number 42. The Kola Superdeep Borehole in Russia is Earth's deepest artificial point at 12,262 meters, 7.6 miles. This Soviet scientific drilling project, 1970 to 1992, aimed to penetrate as far as possible into Earth's crust. It yielded surprising discoveries including free water and microscopic fossils at great depths. The 180 degrees Celsius bottom temperature ultimately halted the project. Though now abandoned, the collected data remains invaluable for understanding Earth's structure. Number 43. Sudan has over 250 pyramids, more than double Egypt's number. These Nubian pyramids were built by ancient Kingdom of Kush rulers. The most famous pyramid field is at Meroe, the former Kushite capital. Meroitic pyramids are distinctly steeper and narrower than Egyptian counterparts. Despite their historical significance, they're far less known than Egyptian pyramids. They're now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing their importance. At number 44, Tokyo, the capital of Japan, is the most populous metropolitan area in the world, a sprawling urban agglomeration that is a testament to modern urban planning and human density. The Greater Tokyo area is home to an astonishing 37 to 38 million people, a population larger than that of entire countries like Canada or Australia. This immense concentration of people is supported by one of the most extensive and efficient public transportation systems in the world, including the famous Tokyo Metro and JR lines that move millions of passengers daily with remarkable precision. Despite its immense size and population density, Tokyo is renowned for its safety, cleanliness, and exceptionally high quality of life. The city is a fascinating study in contrasts, seamlessly blending the traditional and the ultramodern, where ancient Shinto temples and Buddhist shrines stand in the shadow of futuristic skyscrapers and neon-lit districts. At number 45. Monowai, Nebraska is the U.S.'s smallest incorporated town with just one resident. Elsie Eiler, a woman in her 80s. She serves as mayor, clerk, treasurer, librarian, and operates the only business, Monowai Tavern. This reflects demographic decline in many Great Plains rural communities. As sole resident, Elsie fulfills all municipal duties, including producing road plans for state funding and granting herself liquor licenses. Number 46. Australia is wider than the moon's diameter. The continent measures about 4,000 kilometers east to west, while the moon's diameter is approximately 3,474 kilometers. However, the moon's total surface area, 38 million square kilometers, is nearly 5 times Australia's area, 7.7 million square kilometers. This fact highlights how linear measurements can be misleading when comparing different types of geographical objects. Number 47. The Great Barrier Reef is more accurately described as the world's largest living structure rather than organism. It's a colossal ecosystem built by billions of coral polyps that secrete calcium carbonate skeletons. Over thousands of years, these accumulated skeletons formed today's massive structure. While it's the largest structure built by living organisms, the title of largest single organism belongs to other entities like the Pando aspen colony. Number 48. Australia has over 10,000 beaches along its 50,000-kilometer coastline. This abundance means visiting a new beach daily would take over 29 years. Beach culture is deeply embedded in Australian identity, with over 85% of the population living within 50 kilometers of the coast. The diversity ranges from world-famous surf beaches like Bondi to pristine white silica sands of Whitehaven Beach that squeak underfoot. At number 49. Despite spanning 5 geographical time zones, China operates on a single time zone, Beijing time, UTC +8. This policy, established in 1949 to promote national unity, has significant practical consequences. In Western regions like Xinjiang, official time is completely out of sync with the solar cycle. The sun may not rise until 10 a.m. in winter, leading to informal use of local time that's 2 hours behind Beijing time. And finally, at number 50. While the Amazon rainforest often comes to mind when thinking of the world's largest forest, the title of the world's largest forest biome actually belongs to the taiga, also known as the boreal forest. This vast expanse of coniferous trees forms a continuous circumboreal ring across the northern hemisphere, covering approximately 17 million square kilometers across Russia, Canada, Alaska, and Scandinavia. This represents nearly 30% of the world's total forest cover, making it significantly larger than the Amazon rainforest. The taiga is characterized by its dense forests of spruce, fir, and pine trees that are specially adapted to survive the long, harsh winters and short growing seasons of the subarctic climate. These forests play a crucial role in the global climate system as a massive carbon sink, storing enormous amounts of carbon in both their biomass and the underlying permafrost. However, the taiga faces increasing threats from climate change, including rising temperatures, changing precipitation patterns, and more frequent forest fires, which could potentially transform this vital ecosystem and release stored carbon back into the atmosphere. From the relentless lightning storms of Venezuela to the silent frozen valleys of Antarctica, from a single building that houses an entire town to a nation larger than a planet, our journey through these 50 facts reveals a world far more complex and astonishing than we often imagine. Geography is not just about lines on a map. It is the story of the dynamic forces that shape our planet and the incredible ways life adapts to them. After this journey, you will indeed never look at a map the same way again. The world is waiting to be explored, not just its famous landmarks, but its hidden quirks and profound secrets that tell the true story of our extraordinary home.